Hey everybody, I want to ask you to give me 5 minutes because 5 minutes can make all the difference. Now, this past weekend at the summit, we talked about the people filter and how we need to run everything in our lives through that, asking the question, how does this, whatever this is, affect the people in my life? Now here's the deal. I know already it's a Monday, you're starting a new week, and you got some stuff on your plate that are probably pretty complicated. Maybe it's some work things, some people things, some decision that you need to make. It's pretty complicated stuff, I get it. But I want you to remember a couple things. It's never just about you. Never just about what you want, what you think, what you hope to do or plan to do. It's always bigger than just me. It's always bigger than just you. Our lives are way too important and the stakes are way too high just to boil everything down to what we want to do for ourselves. We cannot live for ourselves. So it's never just about me. Secondly, it's never just about you and God. A lot of times people say, well, that's just between me and God. That's just between me and God. That's none of your business. That's nobody else's business. That's just between me and God. That is rarely the case. And in the complicated things that we face, it's rarely the truth that it's just about you and God, because we are connected to people and God has connected us. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take 5 minutes sometime this week with the most complicated things in your life. Again, maybe a decision, something at work, it may be a money thing, a financial decision, a health decision, a scheduling thing, a habit, a hobby, whatever. I want you to take 5 minutes sometime this week and actually write down key people's names in your life. Maybe names of your spouse, your family, your kids, your coworkers, whoever you're in close proximity to, your friends, some of your close friends. And I want you to think through those complicated situations, looking at those names, and actually write down and ask yourself, how will this decision affect my spouse? Take 5 minutes and just jot some things down. Pros and cons, maybe that may help. How does this decision, how does this opportunity, how does this financial expenditure, how does whatever it is that you are finding yourself very overwhelmed with because it's so layered and so complicated, how does this affect my kids? How does this affect my relationship with my parents? How will this affect my friendship? How does this affect my relationship with my coworkers? See, something happens when we jot stuff down, when we write things down in such a way to we're looking at them, it's looking back at us, and it's no longer just thoughts in our mind and thoughts in the air. We actually physically write it down. And something also happens psychologically, something happens in our brain. When we actually write things down, it helps us connect with it and it registers. So, 5 minutes this week. I don't know what you're facing that is complicated, but whatever it is, it's not just about what you want to do. And whatever it is, it's not just about what you and God think and what God wants you to do, because here's what God wants you to do. God wants you to make that decision, face that opportunity, make that financial decision, whatever the job situation is, whatever the health, habit, hobby situation, whatever is complicated, God wants you to think of people in your life as you face that complicated, overwhelming situation. Write their names down. Make a pro list, a con list, however you need to do it. Jot it down together for just 5 minutes. Because after all, 5 minutes can make all the difference.